In just a few weeks, 25 million seats will be taking off in one direction or the other during the days leading up to Thanksgiving, according to Hopper. And all of those folks not going to be staying in their childhood bedrooms. A lot of them are going to be staying in hotels, an industry that has been definitely impacted by the pandemic. I'm live now with Chip Rogers, the president and CEO of the American Hotel and Lodging Association. Welcome back to Fox 40 News at 11.
Always great to be on Fox 40. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. So I was just talking about a surge in leisure travel that's coming up. And when it comes to that, research by your association shows hotel leisure travel revenue is projected to wrap up 2022 14% above 2019. So above pre-pandemic levels. That's great news. With dropped COVID case rates, people are just really more comfortable moving around the country.
Absolutely. We've seen the leisure travel boom really happen over the last 2 years, but this year it's back and even better than ever. There is, of course, a concern about business travel. And when you look at the state of California in general, leisure travel revenues up by about $1 billion this year compared to 2019. But strangely enough, business travel is down by about $1 billion compared to 2019. So people are taking those vacations. They're going on Thanksgiving break and Christmas break, but they're not doing quite as much business travel.
I was just going to ask you about that. Now, San Francisco is the closest market to us that is on your association's top 10 rankings, and revenue for San Francisco for business travel are about 40% behind 2019 levels and 18% behind when it comes to leisure travel. Urban markets that rely on business travel are still struggling. What do you foresee happening with this? Is that going to change and grow, or do you think that companies have just realized Zoom is pretty cheap?
Well, it may be cheap, but it's not nearly as effective. And that's what I think a lot of people that are getting back out on the road recognize. Face-to-face is still the best way to do business. Now, a market like San Francisco is hit by a few things that are outside of their control. First of all, the large conventions and conferences, when those get canceled, it usually takes 2 to 3 years to get them planned and back on the books again. And so San Francisco's being hurt by that. The second thing is a lot of travel from Asia comes into the west coast of the U.S., particularly San Francisco, and they're being hurt by that as well. So most other major markets haven't been hit as hard as San Francisco, but it is a wonderful place. It'll get back up on its feet and be back to 2019 levels here in the next few years. Sacramento, meanwhile, is back and doing quite well. And of course, having the legislature in town never hurts with hotel stays. So tale of two markets.
There we go. Now, 6 months ago, 97% of the hotel operators your association surveyed were reporting staffing shortages. As of last month, that had improved, but still is sitting at 87%. 115,000 hotel jobs are open across the country, most of them in housekeeping. What's the deal?
Yeah, the number of people that left and didn't come back is pretty staggering. We were an industry that had already faced staffing shortages before the pandemic, and it's been a challenge even with incredible pay raises. You know, nationwide pay for all hotel positions is at the highest level ever. In many places in California, it's reached $25 an hour as a starting position in housekeeping.
Wow.
So pay is there, the benefits are there, but the people are not back yet.
Yeah, I think maybe they haven't heard those hourly wages that you just mentioned. I do have to ask another question about the nature of housekeeping these days. I had a week-long hotel stay last month, and the whole concept of what counts as housekeeping seems a little confusing these days. I think of beds being changed every day, trash being emptied, towels changed, and it seems that now, unless you specifically ask for those things every day, that's not what happens. Is that a staffing issue, do you think, or leftover COVID precaution that we all just have to get used to now?
No, it's 100% a staffing issue, no question about it. If you're a guest and you want daily housekeeping, you'll get daily housekeeping. But you're going to be asked at the front desk, do you need it every day? And most people say they don't necessarily need it every day, maybe every other day. But it's clearly a staffing issue. There just aren't enough people, and hotels are not going to make a room available unless it's properly cleaned. So, you know, it's a problem we've dealt with for many years. It's slightly getting better, as you mentioned, with the numbers a moment ago, but we've got a long way to go.
And again, give us what that hourly wage is right now, that historic hourly wage, even for housekeeping in the hotel industry?
Well, across the country, you're up to about $22 an hour for those hotel-related housekeeping jobs. Now in California, in many of your large cities, it's approaching $25 an hour to start.
That is going to make a lot of people maybe rethink what they've chosen to do. So maybe housekeeping or some of the other hotel positions weren't as attractive before, but $25 an hour, that could become attractive to a lot of people. Thank you so much for joining us.